Well, hey guys, hi. It is Brent Abel here, goldballhunting.com. That guy next to me, the great Jeff Jacklich. Jeff, how are you?
Doing fantastic today.
Outstanding, outstanding. Listen, guys, we are excited. We are very pumped up because we have got, after 220 plus episodes of the Gold Ball Hunting podcast, we've been publishing every day. We are unveiling our first course, which is for you guys and gals who are playing singles. And the title of this course is How You Can Bridge the Gap Between Chaos and Confidence with 7 gold ball winning plays without having to improve stroke technique. And, you know, the one thing, Jeff, that we want to really impress upon everyone is that better stroke technique never yields better results until you first commit to mastering shot selection and court positioning. And I'm sure you'd agree that we spend way too much time, Jeff, thinking that if I just grind out another half hour in that ball machine, I'll play.
Right. It doesn't matter how well you hit your forehand if you don't know what to do with it. And so that's what this is about. We're going to teach you how to use your toolbox.
Yeah, no, totally. And in fact, guys, listen, if you are new, and I know we got some new, we have some new viewers on this video, Brent Abel, and I've been lucky enough to have been coached by some of the great coaches out there, but one in particular that I'm going to tell you about in just a second here. But that has yielded in me winning 10 gold balls in singles and doubles. I started webtennis.com back in 1999, 20 years ago. I've been teaching, and then, of course, the great goldballhunting.com with Jeff, and teaching and coaching for 45 plus years. And my two guys who really made a huge difference, Jeff, in my game, was number one was Tom Stowe, the legendary Northern California tennis coach. Unfortunately, passed away the year after. I had 18 months with him back in the early 80s, and then he passed away. But within that 18 months, he took me from zero to, I won't say a hero, but he took me from zero to my first gold ball. And Tom really worked with me primarily on stroke technique, but it was his assistant pro, a former assistant pro of his, Bill Crosby, a fellow member of the Berkeley Tennis Club, who really kind of gave me the keys to the kingdom about, fine, you spent the time on stroke technique. Let's now learn how to actually play the game of singles.
Right.
And that to me was a huge eye opener, because I thought that, well, if I just perfect this forehand, or if I just perfect this, then you know what, the game is going to, I'll start getting the results I wanted to. And that was never the case. So, Jeff, just tee us up on your short story.
So I've got 2 silver balls, a bronze, NorCal Player of the Year, 2012, 2013, 2015. Obviously, we are goldballhunting.com. 25 plus years coaching career, and I'm the current director of tennis at Weston Lawn Tennis Club in Michigan. And my history is Giuseppe Camarado was the head professional at Silverado in Napa, and Giuseppe worked for Tom Stowe and learned from Tom as well. And so I am a disciple of Tom Stowe once removed. And Giuseppe at that time, I would say, was one of the best technicians on the planet. And so he really taught me how to turn the framework, that basic foundation of what everything else is built on. So that was his role in my career. And then as I got into college ball, Sherm Stever then kind of reintroduced my personality back into the game, and understanding, again, point construction and how to play the game with my toolbox that I had, the best way to use it. And that's when things really took off for me. So,
well, look, I mean, you and I have been fortunate enough to have been coached by some great ones, and for us have yielded some, at least for me, for sure. I never really kind of expected the success that I've had. And hey, look, I lay it all on Mr. Stowe. Anyway,
right.
Well, you've done all this work. Yeah, but without him, nothing would have happened. So, and you guys might be thinking, well, great for you guys. You guys have been in the game forever, but, since we've been doing this, Jeff, we've done 220 plus daily episodes, but over that time, we put together a nice group of students, private students, and guys, we want to take you just a couple of them. Richard and this was what a character. But
Yeah.
you know, he sent us an email recently, Jeff. Share that email with us.
Well, just briefly, just, he was a private webinar student, like Brent just said. And so he says, due to the coaching Brent and Jeff provided, serve, backhand, and his mental approach have all improved. And he just understands now that hitting a clean ball is what really moves his belief and confidence up off the charts. And so he got focused on what the one thing was, and that was not peaking when he was hitting a ball. And then things just blossomed for Richard.
And then there's Robbie. We love Robbie. Robbie's a solid player. I mean, Jeff, what is he? I mean, he's a 4.5 plus. I know on some days
plus, yeah,
he's playing up there around, the 5.0 fellas up in there. But we had to kind of rein Robbie in. He was a very stylish shot maker that was not yielding wins.
Right. So we did also a private webinar with him and had to corral him, had to kind of reduce his thought process.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So he shot us an email recently that said, he playing a guy that he said he actually kind of normally beats, but he lost the first set 6-1, and on the changeover he got corralled and used a couple of different techniques that we taught him in his webinar. And he said he came back and won the next two sets 6-0, 6-0. So it's great to see that students are using the techniques and elements that we give them to produce some wins.
Kevin, interesting story with him, a private student who went out there and probably didn't really embrace everything that we taught him.
Right.
And in the beginning struggled. I mean, he had about a 30-day struggle. And then didn't he finally say, all right, this is enough. I'm going to do exactly what Brent and Jeff said to do.
Right. Exactly. And that's what he went through, a 4-week period. But we told him that too, that you're going to go through a 4-week lull where things aren't going to be perfect because you're changing your mindset. You're changing the lens you look through. And that's going to affect the way you perform on the court, in the front of it, So he got focused. He focused on the 3 things we gave him. And next thing 60 days later, after, kind of really getting to it, he wins the Category 2 65 indoors in Santa Fe.
That was cool. That was cool.
Yeah.
And then, of course, one of my favorite guys, John. I mean, John is a character, older fella. Not much older than I am, but, senior citizen for sure. And,
79.
Yeah, 79. And but a young 79.
Yes, without a doubt.
And here's a guy who is loving what we're doing out there and has decided that, you know what, I'm not going to tell anyone about these guys.
Right. Keeping it a secret.
Thanks, John. So, well, look, guys, so there you have, some of our students who've gotten results. And I would say, realistically, it's a 30-day deal. But once you get kind of organized with, what we said in the beginning is we're trying to take you from chaos where you're not sure what to do to confidence, and all of that is about clarity, right? And clarity is the thing that helps you during the point, obviously, it helps you between the points as well. And now the other thing we want to impress upon you is that whatever your tennis schedule is right now, these 7 plays that we've got for you, these gold ball winning plays, you don't have to carve out you don't have to add another layer of practice time to your current tennis schedule. So if you are one of those players who's already getting out there and devoting some kind of a regular practice, whether it's drilling or whatever it is, whether it's ball machine work, great. But for now, what we want to do is let's drop the technique part for a while and just simply replace it with working on these 7 plays. So for you guys who are already out there doing that, working on your game, you're not going to have to add any more practice time to be able to really understand the plays, deploy them, and start getting the results you want. And for those of you guys who are actually, you don't practice, but you're playing a lot of sets, well, that's cool too. One of my favorite drills that I do, Jeff, is where rather than actually drilling, what I will do is I'll go out and play points. And I got a couple of guys that I do this and we love to do it. I'll serve on my own for maybe 12, 15 minutes, just me serving deuce court,
Right.
ad court. We just rotate back and forth. And we don't keep score, but we are playing points. So what that does for me is it gives me an opportunity. If I want to cherry pick one of the plays for that day to work on, I can
Right.
do it, and I can kind of tinker with it in a match play situation, but not having to worry about keeping score. And for me, I absolutely love it. So, you know, again, if you guys, this is another way, if you're drilling or if you've got some practice time now, this is another way that you could simply replace that. Or if you're playing sets, why not once a week? Before maybe you play sets, you know, you guys
Yeah.
do 30 minutes, one guy serve for 15 minutes, the other guy
Right.
do.
You got to run the plays if you want to learn how to do them. You can't just know it in your head. You got to run them.
Absolutely. So guys, here's what we want to show you. And I'm going to take you back to the first introductory screen that we showed you, which is, you know, and again, this is for singles player, right? If you're a doubles player only, we'll catch you next time. But this is for you guys and gals who are playing singles. And what we want to show you is how you can bridge that gap between chaos and confidence with 7 gold ball winning plays without having to improve stroke technique. And let me go back to with 7 gold ball winning plays. What that means is that there are players out there right now who have average stroke technique, maybe even someone whose one shot is really kind of below average, but
Right.
they are running certain plays that are in fact yielding singles titles and national category ones
Right.
where they're awarded the gold ball.
Right. They may even look to you, you know, they may even look slightly unorthodox a little bit in the way they produce their stroke, but don't let that fool you. They know how to run these plays, and these
That's
are the
right.
plays that get them the gold ball.
3 things that these 7 plays will do for you. Number 1, like we've been talking about, the word clarity. Clarity is a big deal. When you're playing a point or in between points, right, you got to have clarity. And so we want to help you go from that chaos to where it's kind of a helter-skelter, and then between points, really not sure what to be focusing on, and then really get some clarity so you can start to build confidence in your game. And the one thing, Jeff, that you and I talk about on almost every episode of the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast is skill level range.
Right.
Clarity is the thing that helps you reduce your skill level range. For one day you play great and the next day not so great. We want to help you bring the bottom of that not so great consistently up to the top so that you get some clarity and build some confidence.
Right.
Secondly, what these plays will do for you is eliminate that feeling, that need that, you know what, I got to get out of the point. I got to force a winner here. I got to look for the exit. I got to do something big.
Right.
And typically, Jeff, that's not always a great result.
Let the other guy look for the exit first. Let the
That's
other
right.
gal look for the exit first.
And then finally, of course, these plays will help you simply win more. And that's really what we're all about here, is
Right.
trying to give you some tangible things to do that will actually help you start to win more of your singles matches. So, Jeff, let's go through what we've got in this offer with these 7 plays. And this is our introductory offer, right? Again, we're really pumped, really excited about this being our first course that we're offering
Right.
through Gold Ball Hunting. The first piece of the offer is the master class, is 7 plays, right? And these are the 7 plays, like Jeff and I have been talking about, that are winning gold balls in both for the guys and the gals. These are online videos. Each one of them has got a download link. So if you want to download it to your computer, mobile device, you can do that. Once this offer expires, this course is going to retail for $297. Jeff, real quick, number 2, the 10 Clarity Habits video.
That is about what are the habits that you actually now have playing a match that actually inhibit your ability to stay focused on getting the job done. So this is a list of things that are controllable for you. And it's just amazing to me how many players out there don't do some of these things and actually end up creating chaos in the middle of a match that they had perfectly good, they were in control of, and then they lost control because of one of these simple things they could have prevented.
Guys, this is also a video. The download links. This is a $97 value course. The third thing, Jeff, is 10 positive stress games. Quickly, what are these?
These are games that you can play that help create stress. So you get used to it. We can kind of get, it takes us an hour to finally get to a stress point in a match. It takes us an hour to play a whole match and finally get to, serving at 4-5, 30, 40. And then I have a few minutes of having that stress and then it's over. Now it might take me another hour to get back to that point again. So these games are all about creating that stress in every game of a practice set.
Yeah, and these are practice drills. This is not something that you would do in a real match, but these are practice drills, practice sets. And again, another online video with download links, a $97 value course. Number 4, how to assess your opponent in the warm-up. And this is really, I think, an outstanding video because, Jeff, what it does is, let's say you're playing against someone, a guy or gal that you've never ever played before and you have never seen play before, and you can't find anyone out there who's played against this player to do any kind of recon. So you end up going out there, and there's ways that you can assess your opponent and then know that, well, based on my assessment, I think play number 5 out of the 7 plays is the one that I at least start with and see if this opponent can handle it.
Right.
Again, this is an online video and download link and a $97 value course. Number 5, Jeff, you take this one away, which is the 10 match prep questions.
Right. Controllables. Can I say that word again? Controllables. Yes. I've stood at the registration desk, the check-in desk, at so many tournaments in my career and had someone walk up next to me and ask a question that was so controllable for them, and now it's creating a problem for them. I didn't realize my hotel was actually 45 miles away from the club. I know that sounds silly, but I've heard it. And this list is really about, if you have to travel or whatever, you're going to your league match sectionals or something, this list is about getting control of those things that are, like we said, controllable, so that they're off your mental list, that they're done, they're controlled, and you can now focus on the job at hand, which is winning your match.
No. I mean, it's really, it's amazing. And like I've made probably all 10 of those mistakes at some point.
Haven't we all?
Yeah. So look, number 6, the next course we have for you in this offer are 7 practice constraints. And this is basically, we've got a practice constraint for each one of the plays. And what this helps you do is really be able to get a feeling for what this specific play is like with this practice constraint. An online video, it's got a download link. Again, another $97 valued course. Number 7 in here are my 10 fitness drills. And these are things that anyone can do. I'm not crazy with this stuff, but there's no question in my mind that all 10 of these drills have contributed to me being able to win singles and doubles titles. Because guess what, guys? Fitness is a component to winning more matches. And like we all say, Jeff, like you and I have always said, if you did nothing else, with stroke technique, nothing else, we just started running maybe one play. If you focused on the kitchen and you focused on what you did off the court a little bit every week, you would move the needle. This is a video, download link, and again, another $97 course. And then finally, we've got 10 post-match questions to ask yourself, and you got to come up with some honest answers. Right. So whether you win or whether you lose, give yourself 30 minutes, because there's a little emotional roller coaster one way or the other. But you got to be able to ask some questions, because what happens is this is a really tangible and valuable way to move the needle, because this is, it's not like you go from, okay, well, I've got all this stuff, and the next thing you know is I'm going to be able to start winning gold balls. Then, by Thursday, No, you actually have to do some
Yep.
post-match analysis,
Right.
and these are specific questions that will give you some aha, some epiphanies
Right.
about what you need
Honest,
to do next.
honest reflection.
Bingo. Um, so, guys, the total value of this package that we've got for you, this bundle, $976. And Jeff and I had two choices when we decided how we actually wanted to price it. You know, we're not going to charge you 976 bucks, dollars. You know, it's kind of a pricey deal. So we had two choices, and one of them was to try to make it as cheap as possible, which would mean, well, let's just go ahead and sell the master class at a discounted price. But the problem with that, we felt, was we couldn't add on all the resources that you see there that would really, really help you, you know, in additional ways besides just the 7 plays, to be able to start really getting you that result that you want. So we decided that, you know what, let's have these guys invest a little bit more than just the cheapest price possible for only the master class. So we kind of looked at a few prices. We felt that, you know, slightly under 500 bucks really wouldn't be the number, nor would 397. So here's the prices. We came up with a one-time charge of just 197 bucks for this entire package of these 8 different courses. And the other thing we're throwing in for the first 25 students who get signed up, they're going to get the Glenn Busby Heartbreaker video. This is not a dating app. This has nothing to do with that. Glenn Busby, arguably the best player in the world. He's from Australia, but probably the best player in the world in the 60s age group right now. And what he won the 60 hard courts here in April a few months ago, and I videotaped his semifinal match against another top player in the world in that age group. And I stitched together, I don't know how many, maybe 10 points that show Glenn Busby showing off the heartbreaker, which is the drop shot.
Awesome. So
And
these are actually these are clips from his actual match, him
that's right.
executing the play.
It's incredible. And so for
Awesome.
anyone who's out there thinking that the drop shot, I don't care what age group you're in. In fact, Jeff, you shared a story earlier this week
Right.
about one of your big epiphanies that's helped you become a way better player and build some more confidence. And that is executing the drop shot. So
Yep.
this is a fun video. You guys will love it. So for the first 25 students who get signed up, you're going to get that as kind of a 9th bonus there. So here's the big kicker, guys, is all of this is going to go away. It's going to go poof this Sunday night, August 25th, 2019 at 11:01 p.m. Pacific. So you've got from now until then to be able to pull the trigger and get this entire package for just $197. Guys, right down below, fill in your payment details to get immediate access. And yeah, and again, let's just do a quick review on this, Jeff. You get the master class, $297 value, the 10 clarity habits. All of these other courses are valued at 97 bucks. The 10 positive stress games, how to assess the opponent in the warm-up, the 10 match prep questions, the 7 practice constraints, one for each one of the 7 plays, my 10 fitness drills, and of course the post-match questions that you got to ask yourself. The total value, again, just a one-time charge of $197. All right, the Heartbreaker video, and all this ends this Sunday night, August 25th, 11 o'clock out here Pacific time zone. So guys, fill in your payment details below to get immediate access. Jeff, I guess we're kind of looking to see who's going to show up inside the course.
I can't wait to see who's going to be there. It's going to be awesome. This is so fun. I mean, these are the things that are going to move the meter for you.
Guys, if you have any questions, you can shoot us an email. Let us know at goldballhunting.com. But in the meantime, if you're good to go, just go ahead down below, fill in your payment details, and we'll see you inside the course.